Right, so we have these three products here. I would have had some friends of mine come in and asking for advice on multiple occasions on things to buy, where gadgets concerned, tech, and little trinkets. So over the years, I would have decided maybe I should try doing videos, and well, it resulted to this. So for who knows me, I am an active person. I do a lot of outdoor activities and I do always going on an adventure when time permits. So investing in one of these gimbals was always something that was on my mind, but most of them used to look like professional gimbals, right? Until I saw this advertised about a little less than about a month ago. I did some research, and I think it's something for the everyday Joe that would be a little interested in making a nice impression on videos to share with friends and family, etc. It could, based on the features it has, it could, I think, do some professional work, right? And we'll get into that in the video. But for now, we just do the unboxing, and I think we'll start with the accessories. We'll start with the spotlight here. All right, so we'll go with the opening. All right, so we have the little light. I think it might be easier to pull it through here. Yes. Okay, so inside the box you get the light and the little manual. It has two languages, so English and what seems to be Taiwanese. I'm not sure. Nobody does read that anyways. So we have the light here. The light seems to be able to swivel on an axis to 180 degree, which is excellent. So you could choose to have the light facing you like this or facing away. It gets a nice tactile sound when it is you reach the maximum capacity. So if you listen, hear that click, right? So you also feel the snap in place to know that it's securely fastened. It connects with USB-C, which is excellent. Build quality. The housing here seems metal, like steel, so it seems pretty durable. It feels premium enough. This, however, feels kind of cheap, plasticky. I see in two buttons on top here. I guess when we connect it and put everything together, we'll know what that is for. So we'll rest this aside, and we'll go to the magnetic phone mount. Now this is my phone, the phone that I have, which is currently recording this video, that this is an iPhone 15, but so the magnetic phone mount would have been good. It also comes with a the gimbal itself comes with a clamp, but I don't like the idea of anything clamping onto my phone, right? So I thought that using the MagSafe that the 12s and upward have, the iPhone 12s and upward have, this I thought was pretty good. This costs about 20 US, I think, 19.99. This costs about 19.99. It was hard to find because it was actually sold out on the sites, and I had a friend that located for me while she was on vacation in the US, and she had to do some store hopping in order to find it, right? So big up. So let's go to the actual unboxing part. We have the tape here. Again, the infamous tape that seems to be eluding my strength. So we butcher the box yet another time. Place that to the side. There's another pull tab here. Seems that you could open it, right? Comes with the manual that basically nobody seems to read ever, because reading is dying. And we have the phone. Okay, so at first glance, this is enormous. This is way bigger than I thought. It comes in a nice cushioned case enclosure. The cushion, it's removable. So for space and even presentation, I guess you could store this somewhere and you could just place it down. It has a little indent here for your finger and you could take it out. You could store it away. You could just put it in. This could look nice on a little dressing table. You could just put it in the corner there, and when you're ready for it, you take it out. Alright, I like this. It is simple and effective packaging. And that is the phone mount. It has a nice a kind of silicone feeling here with the phone mount, and the magnets are aligned here. The back is steel again, or aluminum. There's a little logo here. I'm not sure if you could see it. There's a little logo here that seems to be the camera, so I'm guessing this is to indicate that it's this side up for who wouldn't be able to see or not paying attention. This has to be upward. So when we get to the unboxing of the gimbal itself, we'll do the entire put together of all three, right? So we'll place this to the side, and we'll now go to the gimbal here, the big boy. All right, so the gimbal, the side here, we have, what does it say? Handheld is a bit blurry with 3-axis stabilization, and the Insta 360 seems to be basically perfect. AI powered deep track 3.0. This is basically the feature that I am most excited for. It says that it's supposed to be able to track your movements. You put it down and you set the tracking on, and it's supposed to be able to follow your movement regardless of where you go. That's great. It's a excellent feature. I think I could use for point of view shots to show what you're doing without having to hold the phone or hold the camera or whatever recording device you're using. The next feature here is 360 infinite pan tracking. So 360, I guess you could go in a 360 all the way around the camera, and it should be able to record you and track your movements. Native tracking with Dock Kit on iPhone. So I guess Dock Kit is the developer kit that they use to develop the software for it to be native, meaning it would work in the standard iPhone camera, and you may not have to go into the camera app from the Insta 360 camera app. Over the time I was doing some research, the previous version to this, because this is called the Insta 360 Flow Pro, the previous version was the predecessor, was called the Insta 360 Flow, and I think that one had the same tracking, but you had to go into the 360 app in order to get the tracking. That was an exclusive feature in the app, and I think that created some grouse with people who was so why it couldn't work with the native app, the native camera. It already have a camera app on the iPhone, So I guess they listened and they fixed that. And lastly, here's the 10-hour battery life. It's expected to be a 10-hour battery life, which is pretty good. I don't think you would be doing or involved in anything for 10 consecutive hours, so it should facilitate you being out for a day and being able to film what you want to film and then take it off and then come back again and get those shots in where you could piece it together and make a good enough video. Maybe you may need to have a charging apparatus though. I think that if you're going on a camping trip or a day into the night kind of scene, you may need some extra power because it might run out of battery on you, because 10 hours will fly if you're going on a weekend trip down the islands or something like that. Foldable and portable, built-in tripod, built-in selfie stick. So there's a selfie stick, okay, built in. Magnetic phone clamp, we covered that earlier. And AI mobile editing suite. So I guess it has its own editing software, like the iPhone has the iMovie or whatever it is. This has its own software. So this little thing that I've been gesticulating around with, I got this on something else that I ordered, but it came in a pack, so I didn't unbox it. It's two sides to a screwdriver. One is a flathead and one is a Phillip head. I'm actually going to use the flathead as my trusty sword to open this little packaging, because the shrink film here is pretty tight. Right, so we put it here as a nice little shrink wrap. Get this off, throw this in the bin, and we have the box. We have another piece of tape right here. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but this one is not fastened all the way like the previous two. This one has a little indentation here. You see this little white part? This wasn't stuck to the box, so it was easy to just hold it and pull this off. I wish I would have thought of that with the previous two, but hey, whatever. Nobody's perfect, right? So unfolds, and it opens here. We have what I guess to be the gimbal, and a lot of instructions written here in a language I will never understand. So we open this, we get oh, that's some weight, man. Okay, so first impression, this feels very premium. This here though feels like a kind of hard plastic, so I am a bit concerned about dropping it if it is to fall. I mean, naturally I'm not a clumsy person, but accidents do happen. So, and with the luck that I have, if this does in fact fall, I feel it will fall on this side, but let's not speak it into existence, right? Rest this here. What else do we have in here? What is this? This seems to be an additional package. So we'll place this to the side, and we'll put this away. And we bring this into view. I am not sure what this is, but that's why it's an unboxing. We'll find out. Tape again. This one has the indent again, so it's easy to open. Pull this out. This is the clamp that I was talking about previously. The metal clamp that goes onto the gimbal, and this is supposed to hold your phone in place, right? So you could see this is how it clamps. Now it has a kind of cushioned thing on the inside here, but still I don't like the idea of anything clamping onto my phone. These phones are expensive, right? And the resale value greatly diminishes for a micro scratch, much less for an item that you may be using in an active setting. So you'll be moving about, you may bump into things, it may fall, and just the idea of this clamping on while it nudges into something, there could be unforeseen accidents or incidents where it could scratch. But the clamp in itself is very premium. It seems to be made out of the same steel as the housing, the light, and the magnetic phone mount, right? I may not use this. I may have this as a backup in case I lose the magnetic phone mount, but I do intend to use the magnetic phone mount over the clamp. And this is a USB A to C cable, I guess, and this is to charge the gimbal. There's something else in here. This is just wrapping packaging. What do we have here, right? What's this? It says it feels like a handle. What's this? Right, so manual. We're not going to read this. I might read it off camera though. But, right, so what is this? Yeah, this seems to be some sort of okay. So I'll place this here. This is a grip, a handle. This seems like TPU plastic or silicone. Gives a nice grippy feel outside of the product. So this, I guess, this is to add to the premium feel of it. This would help with slipping if you're doing it if you're using the gimbal in a outdoor setting, like you're doing some sort of physical activity that may induce sweating. So instead of it slipping out of your hand easy, if you have this grip in place, it's textured here. There's a little ridge here with some texture that adds for some grippy feel. All right, you hear that? So it has a grip by the little trigger piece here. So this is well thought of, that you get this for basically free with the product. This is just packaging. We place this to the side. And this is a branded bag, a nice tote bag, a pull string bag. Now this is what I'm talking about. Now you see, with where I'm concerned, you see these little details, the grip, the inclusion of the grip, the inclusion of a nice tote bag. These are the little things that tend to set people that I buy by and products that I shop for apart. Because anybody could put something together and say, right, I'm selling this and that's it. But you see in the little thoughtfulness of the consumer, having the consumer in mind, where you have a bag, because they did say it was portable on the box, and there was a picture of a guy putting it in his pocket. But let's be real, right? For any of you that may see this video and intend to buy it, by purchasing this, it does have a little bit of weight. So practically, you're not really going to be too comfortable putting this in your pocket, right? Having its own designated bag is excellent, and I like this a lot. This bag is a nice, and it could be used like a little microfiber cloth because of the texture, to clean like a phone screen or any little thing. I may not advise it to be a phone screen. It seems to be a little coarse, but it is nice, and it's themed same color with the I don't know if it's because there's the stone gray and I think there's a white, so I'm not sure. Depending on the one that you buy, you may get the colored bag to match, but I got the stone gray version and it's a stone gray bag, so I'm only assuming it, right? So we'll place these things that we're not going to be using to the side, the clamp, the bag, and the USB-C cable, and we'll go into the gimbal itself. Now there are some pieces of plastic fastened all the way around, but I'm seeing here there's a 3 with a dotted arrow, so I'm guessing it has to go that way to open. So let's try it. If we rotate it, no, it doesn't seem to rotate that way. How does this open? Okay, yes, so it rotates outward like this. Oh, and it immediately gave me a chime. Okay, so we'll have to get a phone. So let's take off the plastic. Let's take off these little added things here for labeling and protection. Now right here there's an NFC tab, right? So for those that don't know, NFC is a form of connection, wireless connectivity that came around. I don't remember the year, but the NFC stands for near field communication. So it's like kind of similar to infrared, but it doesn't use light. It just uses like a signal. So your NFC is usually whatever is NFC capable. You place it either on or very close to this, and whatever the NFC chip is programmed to, the device that you're using to read it is going to give it that programming. So like a QR code, when you scan a QR code, you immediately get a little link, and that whatever that QR code is programmed to do, it sends you there. This NFC chip is supposed to probably allow you to pair wirelessly without having to do much of anything, which is cool in 2024. Allowing a little ease of access for these things is always a plus, right? There's another tab here, and ensure magnet and phone clamp are secure. Okay, there is a piece of plastic here. We get that off. There's a piece of plastic also on this, so we could take that off. And there's one here as well. Oh, that was smaller than I thought. Oh no, I guess it just, okay, cool. That is, yeah, that's it. Cool. So we have all of the right, so immediately it seems to be wobbling all the way around. I guess, and it's because it doesn't have anything attached to it. It doesn't connect and stabilize in itself. So let's add the grip now. Let's put the grip here immediately. It just slides all the way in there. Cool. All right. Yeah, the grip with this grip here, it is immediately better to use. Feels a lot better. Right, so as we had earlier, we had the phone mount. So looking at it, this side is up where the little camera indent is. So I seen a little indent here. So let's try to, oh wow, that is a strong magnet. That's a very strong magnet. Okay, right, now let's see if we can utilize a phone to pair. Right, so we're going to extend the selfie stick that we read about. I think it's under here. So you get about a foot in terms of length, right? And it retracts quite easily. And it's firm in here also. The tripod legs, seeing these indents here, I guess you could pull them, right, and pull the legs out, and as the 3 legs, and you just extend them like a tripod. Now it is sturdy enough, but depending on where it's placed, what it's placed on, I wouldn't advise you because you see this, it have a little play here, so it's not extremely sturdy, but it should provide the angle that you and the facility that you're looking for. What you're going to do now is the pairing process by using the NFC. So I guess then you just place the device here. It says locating your accessory. This should not take very long. Connect. Configuring accessory for first time use. This may take a few moments. Okay, so this is ease of access here. Seamless and done, I guess, and that's it. So we could put the device on and it connects and immediately stabilizes. Right, so this is the video of the actual device in portrait mode with the light attached. This green light here indicates when the subject tracking is on, right, which you can initiate by one press of the trigger at the back. This is it in portrait mode. This is portrait mode here, and just by double tapping it can go to landscape mode. As you can see, the light is quite bright for its size. And just double tap here and it goes back to portrait mode. Alright, so this is the video using the front facing camera. I have the gimbal in the tripod mode and it's set on the table. Well, this is the resolution from the phone, so the phone video is basically pretty good. You can, from the gimbal itself, you can switch to landscape, right? And you can see the tracking is enabled, no hands here, right? So the face subject tracking is enabled, and you can also switch back to portrait mode from all of this from the gimbal without having to touch the device itself, the phone itself. The only con I have so far of the product is that the light that we unboxed earlier, the light seems to only be able to connect to the clamp, the metal clamp. And me not being very fond of the metal clamp, the light doesn't seem to be able to, because the light doesn't seem to be able to connect to the magnetic phone mount. That seems to be a con for me, because that was actually the only reason why I purchased the magnetic phone mount, was to completely get away from having to use the clamp squeezing the side of my phone. But I guess depending on, there's a bag included, so there's something to carry about these little bits and bobs. So I may have to just carry both of the clamp and the magnetic mount, depending on the situation, if I may or may not need a light. So my first impressions here, just unboxing and setting it up. The gimbal is pretty good. It can in fact provide some interesting shots where point of views and the subject tracking is is brilliant, is profound. I would recommend for the adventurers out there, as well as the people who may be into photography and videography. Having a gimbal is like a must-have if you're into that type of thing. And this is pretty good. I am not a professional in any way, but I have some professional associates that do photography and videography, etc. And I guess if they come across the video, they may sound off in the comments as to how they feel about it, etc. And they may ask questions or whatever. Feel free to ask whatever questions you want to ask. I'll try to get the link and place the link for the product in the description of the video, so that anybody interested can just click and go to the site and see if they can order. I do recommend for the adventurers, this is something that I could see providing some interesting perspectives, and it should be exciting to see what it's capable of and what type of creativity I can unlock using this device. So let me know what you all think about the video itself, and if you're interested, sound off in the comments. And until we see you again, right? Later.